Good afternoon, everyone. This is Angela with Creatively Done, and today I'm going to be using my injured split cup that was 3D printed for me. I have a handle put on it, but unfortunately I dropped it before I even used it. So it's getting reprinted for me, which takes a while, but I used some hot glue and we're going to see if it's going to hold enough paint. So today I'm going to create, and see, I did my little necklace here so you can see my creativelydone.com, and I'm going to set that to the side right now so I don't wreck it. And I'm going to put gold on one side, copper on the other, and copper in the middle, obviously, as I just poured it on the piece of MDF that I have here, which is fine. And I'm going to try to get that off there so it doesn't get too much. And I'm going to put the black in the middle. Got a couple lumps there, so I let it sit a while. And I'm also going to put a little bit more black on the top of these colors in the split cup. Or maybe not. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just put the black right on the MDF. Set this aside. My paints are not the most expensive paints. This is for those of us on a budget. And I have white as well. And I'm going to show you this. I'll set this to the side for a moment. I'm going to take my black that I've mixed with probably equal parts of Floetrol and a little bit of GAC and paint, black paint. And I'm going to get my handy dandy OXO spatula, if I can find it real quick here. And spread out my paints. Although I can spread them out with a lot of different things, I'll show you what I'm using here. This is my OXO omelet knife. This was one of the things, I believe it was Gina DeLuca that showed me that one the first time. And a little concerned about that, but I'm going to go right over it with black. And I'm going to just cover this. Oh, and I got my mixing beads. This is a little clumsy today, but hey, what the heck, there's worse things in life. It's just paint. I have a protect, and there's a couple more in here, so I'll get all of that. I'll let that set there for a second. Grab these off. Just glass marbles. Rinse my hands real quick. And then get back to it. I'll take the bucket off here, and as you can see, I don't do anything else with the MDF. Actually, I think this is an MDF. This is actually a little piece of plywood. And I have extra black here, so I can dump it all over the place too. God only knows where I'm going to dump it next, right? So let's put these off so they can go on the floor. Good thing about it is, in my studio, I don't have pristine floors. I'm not worried about stuff getting all over, but this is not going to move very easily. So what I'm going to do is just spread it out with this. So I have a little bit more fluidity, and so I wanted to have somewhere to put my spatula when I'm done. You know, I make these videos, and even though I'm not good at it, and even though I'm new at it, I shouldn't say I'm not good at it, but even though I'm new at it, the person I really make these videos for is those of us who are a kind of intimidated by making or thinking that they shouldn't make a video, and it actually helps you learn what you did. Don't want to say I don't have the best memory in the world, but I don't. And I'm trying to remember what I did, show others what I did, and encourage them to try it too. And even if you're not an expert at it, it's nice to watch all the experts. Boy, I really wish they would subscribe to our channels and encourage us and whatever, but I'm sure they're very, very busy. But what I'm doing is I'm mixing a base coat so that the paint that I pour on next will have something to move around on. And there's a little bit more in the center, so I'm going to move it to the ends and kind of wet the entire board. I don't know exactly how much paint this cup, the split cup, and my lifelong companion, Ken, prints the cups for me, and we have those. We'll have them for sale. He modified them for me so it would have a handle. I needed something to hold on to, and unfortunately, I kind of dropped it on hard concrete floor, and the handle broke. But let's see if it holds up, even with just hot glue. Now, that was a prototype for me because I wanted a bigger cup. I hope you can see everything that I'm doing. And I wanted a bigger cup so I could hold more paint. And I'm going to set this right here. And I don't know if you can see where I'm setting it, just off to the side. Now I'm going to hold this one a little careful instead of dumping this on. And what I'm going to do with the split cup, this has a very wide nozzle. I'd like it to be shorter. See, I kind of told them how I wanted the next model to be, but I want to see how it does with large ribbons of color. So this time I got black in the center, and as you can see, I want to do large. Actually, I like this. I like this better than the really thin. Let me see if I could get some down on this end. Oh, this is going to be nice. Wow, that came out easy. And see, I'm trying to match a table that I did in some of my other videos. I'll try to reference them when I do post this video so you can see them. But I'm trying to get as much out of the cup as I can. And that came out pretty easy. But what this does, what these little pieces will do, is they will make little variations in the actual paint or the whole process itself. And I'm going to see if this is running off a whole lot over here, which it really isn't. I'm just going to tap that on there if I can. Get a few more. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run my spatula through the colors just to blend them a little bit more. Kind of like a swipe, and see if I can. I got a couple of gooeys here that I'm going to have to just pick off, unfortunately. Like I said, the paint's been sitting, but you know what? This will look fantastic. It always does. What I'm looking for in these kind of creations is more of a granite look, a stone look. And so if it has some imperfections, that is just fine with me. Now you can see it looks better on there. But let me get the color off there and bring it through. Just trying to drag it through a little bit. Let's see if I can drag this one through a little bit here. I am not wiping off the spatula. And you can see the cells forming already because I had silicone, and this paint has been sitting, so it's a good way to do it. And what I'm going to do now, I don't even think any of this paint is going to move. I think it's a little too thick to move, but I'll take my torch, turn it on and see if I can bring any bubbles to the top. And they should make like little sparkles in it. See the little sparkles showing up in the middle? I'm going to see if the paint will actually move. Boy, this is a pretty big piece too. I don't remember the exact sizes, but it goes on my desk. Yeah, it's going to move. Okay, good. Because what this will do is create more of a natural movement. And I do see a big piece there. Let me see if I could find something to pick it off with. Oh, probably just a toothpick would work. I see a big piece here. So I'm going to get that off. Boy, I hate to make a mess like that. Okay, anyway, so you can see that I guess the postman's here, but somebody else will get that. And I am going to keep moving this. I'll move it this way first because it doesn't have that much paint going that way. And if you can see it on camera, that'll be great. And now I'm going to tilt it back the other way. You may not see this, but I'm going in the opposite direction. And I'm doing this pretty severely. So what I might do is go on the other side and hold it up. Oh, good. We have a guy that delivers or picks up for DHL that looks like Hauser, the cellist, and it just cracks me up every time he comes. So let me make sure that someone is, oh Lord, it is him. Okay. Okay, well, Ken has it, and these guys are adorable. Just a little old lady here. Nothing to fear here. Oh, this is going to look gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to just tilt this back. You could probably just see the back of the piece of wood, but let me set that down. You could see all of the bronze. Oh, that looks fantastic. I do see another piece of stuff that I'd like to get off here. See this? What happens is the paint will just kind of dry and you can't really tell, and I'm not straining them every time I use them. But hold this up, let it run off a little bit over here, make some jewelry with that. My favorite colors. And this I'm not going to play around with too much. So let's see, what should I do here? Run that off. This doesn't take that long. It's the prep work that usually takes the longest. So I'm going to go towards the camera again. You should be able to see most of this. And if it's not running, I'm going to let it go. Because that looks a little busy to you, but that's exactly what I was going for. Let me see if I can get some of this off on this end. And this is really dripping off, really running off. And the good thing about taking some of the excess paint off is it won't take 4 days for it to dry, which I don't mind anyway. This table will be set up. And I'm going to walk around with paint all over my hands. Oh my. And then the hardest part is me turning off the phone or pausing. Oh, one drip on the floor without, oh, that looks fantastic. Okay, now I got a little bit here I knew there was a piece right there, but it's in black, so. We'll make that into a, then I'm going to just coax this a little bit this way. And look at my gloves, so I should call this finished right now. I'm going to pause the video so it's not too long. I'm trying to make shorter videos. Please watch them. Please subscribe. This is Angela with Creatively Done, bringing you stuff as I create it, perfect or not. And if you can see this, I'll take a still of it when it's dry. I love it. And go out there and get something creatively done. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button so you'll see when I do post new ones. And I am trying to post more videos more often. Thank you.